Amidst the vast expanse of a midnight sea, where darkness reigns unchallenged, a solitary boat cuts through the mist, a beacon of light in a realm of shadow. History wrestles with labeling those we call genius. They're often misunderstood, their brilliance mistaken for madness, their divergence from the norm seen as peculiar or even dangerous. But what if these extraordinary minds are not estranged lunatics, but intrepid voyagers, diving deep into unseen dimensions of thought and perception? While the ordinary cling to familiar shores, the genius plunges into the abyss, a realm feared by many. To elevate thinking, they brave the fears lurking within, venturing into the depths of the mind's complex tapestries, not to dwell in insanity but to illuminate it, to uncover the cold logic and raw power hidden beneath humanity's more lofty aspirations. Take Nikola Tesla, a man shrouded in solitude, often choosing the company of birds over human interaction. To outsiders, his detachment may have seemed frigid, his demeanor akin to that which society might label psychopathic. Yet Tesla was no psychopath. He was an architect of the future, building his identity brick by brick. He harnessed an unfeeling, precise focus, visualizing intricate mechanisms in his mind with an accuracy others could scarcely comprehend. This capacity to traverse into the stark realm of a shadowy mind gave him a broader perspective, a lens through which he advanced the understanding of energy, forever etching his name in our collective history with bright strokes of lightning. Imagine a spectrum, a vertical scale that stretches from shadow to brilliance. At its base lies the darkness, the low vibration, and above, the realm of the enlightened, high vibration. Picture a golden light that traverses this spectrum, fluidly moving between extremes. Geniuses understand the mind as an ever-expanding skyscraper, not confined to singular dimensions, but open to endless layers. They can venture into the dim recesses to comprehend the workings of the predatory or manipulative minds. It's not that they condone the madness, but rather that they refuse to be shackled by it. Unlike a psychopath enslaved by their nature, the genius commands their journey, synthesizing the focus of the calculating with the compassion of the saintly, weaving themselves into a tapestry of unparalleled depth and nuance. Leonardo da Vinci personified this synthesis, a man who dissected the pulped humanity with the clinical detachment many would shy from, yet whose hands painted vision and grace unparalleled. For him, there was no dichotomy. Dissection and divinity were but parts of a whole. He was profoundly tuned to the universal connection binding all things. This ability to navigate the dark and the light of identity didn't confine him, it freed him. Da Vinci dodged the trap of static ego, transcending the limits of one body or one mind, adapting perpetually to the unfolding possibilities. Through this dance between shadow and light, he emerged not just a master, but an embodiment of humanity's potential. The true genius walks a tightrope over the abyss, an unparalleled tightrope walker balancing the desire for power with the pure intent of betterment. They face the flames, but remain undamaged, not because they are immune, but because control is their ally. Coexisting with the duality of the empathetic caregiver and the calculating strategist, they transcend the need for dominance, instead opting to foster growth and insight. They are often indifferent to common whims or malice, for they perceive and comprehend the broader realm, the interweaving threads of existence that only a few can perceive fully. Though they may at times seem disinterested in humanity's petty struggles, it's not disdain but a desire to conserve their energies for the pursuit of higher truths that guides them. And so, in a field where the boundaries between night and day blur, a figure stands, dissolving into a symphony of starlight, a corporeal form merging with cosmic frequencies. This is the path of the evolved mind, to face the darkness unafraid, to master rather than to fear. They embody every conceivable facet of experience and funnel it towards the generative, the developmental. True wisdom blossoms from this synthesis, from embracing complexity instead of rejecting it. The genius emerges not as a psychopath, but as an alchemist, a soul who traversed the daunting corridors of the darkest identities and returned to the surface, intact, empowered, and indisputably human. It's a journey not for the faint-hearted, but for those who dare to stride fearlessly into the shadows on their way to the light. Genius is not solely the possession of extraordinary minds, but the destiny of courageous hearts. and so we fade to black, a reminder lighting up across our minds as clear as the day will soon become. Genius is not the absence of the shadow, but the mastery of it. In this mastery, we find the apex of human potential, where the uncharted becomes reality, unfurling the endless spectrum of the self. As we delve deeper into this enigmatic realm, it becomes increasingly clear that the interplay between darkness and light is more than a mere philosophical principle. It is the dance of nature itself, the constant ebb and flow of energies that define not just the cosmos, but the very essence of who we are as individuals. In this dance, we begin to understand how embracing our shadows, our fears, our primal instincts, our suppressed traumas, can lead us to greater truths about ourselves and the universe we inhabit. This acceptance, while daunting at first, becomes an empowering force. It teaches us resilience, courage, and the transformative power of vulnerability. It allows us to integrate all facets of our identity, leading to a harmonious existence that celebrates both our strengths and weaknesses. The alchemist's journey, then, is one of continuous transformation. Each step requires unflinching honesty and an unfaltering willingness to confront the uncomfortable. This journey transforms fear into power, uncertainty into wisdom, and darkness into a canvas upon which we paint our most authentic selves. The process, much like the alchemical pursuit of turning lead into gold, is both meticulous and inherently unpredictable, filled with moments of profound insight and cathartic realizations. Imagine, if you will, the artistic strokes of a painter laboring over a masterpiece. Gradually, tentatively, with every shade meticulously chosen to depict the complexity of their vision. This is the soul's work, an ever-evolving creation that flourishes with each act of courage, every embrace of the unknown. As we walk alongside the alchemist in this narrative, we also glimpse the universal truths they uncover, the interconnectedness of all things, the cyclical nature of life, and the boundless potential that lies dormant within each of us, waiting for the moment we dare to awaken. Our journey today serves not only as inspiration, but as a call to arms, to challenge the conventional notions of identity, intelligence, and the binary oppositions we often find ourselves confined to. It reminds us that the path to true genius and originality is rarely linear, but instead woven with the threads of imagination, curiosity, and the audacity to dream beyond the ordinary. So, whether you're contemplating the mysteries of the universe or navigating the intricacies of your own psyche, remember that you possess the keys to your destiny, the power to transcend limitations and redefine what it means to be brilliantly, unapologetically human. No matter where you find yourself, remember, the journey is yours to craft, the masterpiece yours to create. Thank you, dear listeners, for joining me on this exploration of the psyche and spirit. Until next time, I encourage you to continue questioning, exploring, and most importantly, embracing all that you are, shadows and light alike. For it is through this embrace that we discover the infinite depths of our potential and the wondrous mosaics of our souls. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the intricacies of our collective human experience. Keep shining bright and always dare to venture beyond the realms of the familiar into the extraordinary. Until then, this is your narrator, signing off. Stay curious, stay courageous, and embrace the full spectrum of who you are.